Hey everybody, this is Shane and
Ryan
from R&S TCG.
It's like we never left the last two.
Right?
I'm still wearing my awesome death metal shirt.
I still got the ponytail going and almost done with the old to be determined brewski here. Anyways, what we're doing today is, again, another Commander Legends Baldur Gate Commander deck. This time we have Draconic Dissent.
Ooh, is this red and what?
Red and blue.
Oh, so spells matter probably. That's my guess.
Furkrag Cunning Instigator.
Right.
Which, let me open this up, and then Ryan will go over what the commander does while I'm pulling everything out of the box here. Because we did that last video, it seemed to go pretty well. And as I make a mess at Ryan's.
I was gonna say, you cleaned that shit up.
I did on the last one, too.
Alright.
So, pull it out as usual, the usual shit, you know.
Alright, we got Furkrag Cunning Instigator. He's almost like, what's that? Mizzet? What's his name?
Niv Mizzet.
Niv Mizzet.
Yeah.
It's kind of like him. 3, a blue and a red for a 3/3 flying haste. Whenever one or more dragons you control attack an opponent, goad target creature that player controls. I guess.
Did you say goat?
Goad. Not goat.
Your favorite.
I know. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, if that creature had attacked this combat, you put a +1/+1 counter on Furkrag, Cunning Instigator, and draw a card. Oh, so I see. You attack, you goad somebody's creature to attack someone else, right? That's not bad. I might have to buy this.
So, before we get too far in here, I'm going to do the same thing we did with the last two videos. Other than Ryan playing on his phone, that doesn't need to do during this video. But,
Sure,
you know.
I can't help it. Alright.
I know he can't. He's sent a dick.
Whatever. Alright, so we got...
So, hold on. I got to read my thing here.
Yeah, you do it.
I figure you're going to pick some cards out that you want to talk
No,
about.
I'm going to do the background and the other commander.
Well, yeah. Let me talk about... You got to pull them out and figure it out first. So, Draconic Dissent, as we said, it's red and blue. Playing the deck, because this is what we're doing here. It's nice to be the one pulling all the strings. Furkrag is known for weaving plots within plots. Always having a carefully calculated plan for every situation. Why deal with your opponents yourself when you can make them fight among themselves? Good point. Use a variety of goad cards to force your opponents to attack one another while you build up your defenses to make attacking you unwise.
So we'll pull some of those cards. It seems like a theme here.
Once your opponents have softened each other up, get your claws dirty with a pumped up Furkrag or a variety of other dragons to finish the job. That's what she said. One thing to keep in mind with this deck is that while it is great at whittling the opposition down to just one player, once the game comes down to one-on-one, your political cards will lose their swagger. Well, inevitably, yes. Be sure to have a plan ready for the late game, whether it's getting your opponents to beat each other up as much as possible so the last player is easy pickings, or feigning that they have the upper hand when really you have the right cards to steal all their creatures and win with a single
There's
attack.
an island in the middle of the pack here.
Really? Wait, where? I think they put that in the wrong spot. But yeah, so you get the idea here. Basically, Furkrag is getting your opponents to fight each other and just not even think about you while you build up your forces and go in for the kill.
Here's the other combo, I guess you could call it, for commander. It's a legendary creature with a legendary enchantment. Baloth Bearlittle Entertainer, 4 and a red for a 2/5. Creatures your opponents control with power less than his power are goaded. So that's
right. Makes them you can attack.
But that's pretty lame. Whenever a goaded attacking or blocking creature dies, create a treasure token. You get to choose a background, which is Clan Crafter for 1 and a blue. Legendary enchantment background. Commander creatures you own have for 2, sacrifice an artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, draw a card.
It's not bad.
It's not terrible.
Not bad. Assuming there's a lot of artifacts in here.
Those are the wastes. So these are the ones that I just drew off the top that looked interesting.
Okay.
Again, the theme is getting your opponents to beat each other up before anyone else.
Yep. Beat each other up.
Yep.
Up.
Here we have Psychic Impetus, 2 and a blue for an enchantment or enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and is goaded. So, whenever
This is a theme.
yeah, whenever enchanted creature attacks, you scry 2. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Mocking Doppelganger, 3 and a blue for a 0/0 flash.
Whenever I hear something with Doppelganger, it's not good.
Yeah. You may have Mocking Doppelganger enter the battlefield as a copy of a creature an opponent controls, except it has other creatures with the same name as this creature are goaded. So basically, you copy their creature.
You copy their creature.
Their creature has to attack.
And then you have somewhat of control over their creature.
Yeah.
Gross. That's a good one. Like I said, anytime I heard Doppelganger, it's always a pretty good card.
Here's your big beefy boy, but it's not beefy, but he costs
He's got flying though.
He's a 6 and 2 blue for a 4/4 with flying, but he's got Project Image. Whenever he enters the battlefield, create 2 tokens that are copies of target non-creature permanent, except they're 3/3 dragon creatures in addition to their other types, and they have flying.
It's pretty good.
2 and a blue for Propaganda enchantment. Creatures can't attack you unless their controller pays 2 for each creature they control that's attacking. That's a good one. That's a real good one. That keeps people from attacking you. And Curse of Verbosity for 2 and a blue. Or Curse, enchant player. Whenever enchanted player is attacked, you draw a card, and each opponent attacking that player does the same. So you're basically going, attack this guy for free card draw.
You do it, giving him an incentive.
Everybody wants card draw.
And of course they do. Especially if they got a color that doesn't naturally have card draw, like black or green. Or even white to a degree. Blue. Yeah, we know blue. We got a Bothersome Quasit. This is a demon. It's a 3/2 for 2 and a red. Has menace. Goaded creatures your opponent's control can't block. I mean, that fits right in with the theme right there.
Yep.
Oh, what's that a picture of? Tell her to go up a little higher. Oh, there it is. Well, it's close next time. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, goad target creature and opponent controls. That's a pretty mean card. It's a pretty mean
I'm going to have to buy this to play it. Just to try that. Actually, you know what? We're going to play these, right? Eventually.
Well, of course we are going to play them against each other. We're going to do a live stream Sunday, August 7th. Sunday, August 7th, there will be a live stream of us playing at least 2 of these decks.
But then this video...
It'll be a surprise win.
This video probably won't be up by then, but whatever.
It might not be. It might not be.
So go back. We'll probably have it on YouTube as well.
And we might have another video in amongst that time, the 14th, of us playing a different set of decks. So we got Death Kiss. 5 and 1 red. It's a 5/5. It's a Beholder. Whenever a creature an opponent controls attacks one of your opponents, double its power until end of turn.
What's your Galta?
Gross. The 12/12. So you're playing, and I attack
with Galta,
and you go, we're gonna double his power. So now he's, instead of 12/12, he's at 24/12.
Doesn't he have Trample?
And he has Trample. No. And you're gonna want to block him because that's commander damage. So
you're dead instantly.
Gross.
Yeah.
You could really. So obviously, this whole deck is about
controlling who attacks who.
Getting your opponents
to beat each other up. And then on top of that, he has XX red. Monstrosity X. If this creature isn't monstrous, put X +1/+1 counters on it, and it becomes monstrous. Okay. When Death Kiss becomes monstrous, goad up to X target creatures your opponents control. That's your whole thing.
You could board wipe all.
You could have everybody attack everybody.
Oof. Gross. I just like the name of this one. Loot Dispute.
Loot Dispute.
3 and a red. Enchantment. When Loot Dispute enters the battlefield, you take the initiative, which we already discussed. Gone through that in a previous video. And create a treasure token. Whenever you attack the player who has the initiative, create a treasure token. Okay. Loud Ruckus. Whenever you complete a dungeon, create a 5/5 red dragon creature token with flying.
What's the dungeon?
That ain't bad at all.
What's the dungeon on this one?
It's the same one.
Is it always
the initiative one is the same dungeon every time.
Really?
Yes.
Undercity.
It's Undercity is the initiative.
That's terrible.
It's the same one.
Whatever.
Where you been?
Whatever.
Spectacular Showdown. 1 in a red. It's a sorcery. Put a double strike counter on target creature. Then goad each creature that had a double strike counter put on it this way.
Galta. 24/24 double strike.
Yuck.
Instant kill.
Yeah. And then Overload, 4 and 3 red. You may cast a spell for its overload cost. If you do, change target and its text to each. Oh, God. Gross. Let you go through a few here now. Where are the blue ones?
Ooh, I like the blues. Aether Gale. 3.
Blues?
No,
That wasn't blues.
that's. My card left me for my dog. Took my truck.
No, that's country.
Whatever. Alright, Aether Gale, 3 in a blue. Sorcery, return 6 target non-land permanents to their owner's hands. So you could goad and then make it go away.
That's a good
Here
one.
we go.
That
Angler Turtle, 5 and 2 blue for a
That's a
5/7
good
with hexproof. Creatures your opponents control attack each combat if able.
Which plays into the whole
Yep.
goat aesthetic. I'll be right back.
Yep. Dissipation Field. Whenever a permanent deals damage, you return it to its owner's hand. So they don't want to attack you because they'll have to cast it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Domineering Will. Target player gains control of up to 3 target non-attacking creatures until end of turn. Untap those creatures. They block this turn if able. So you could steal another opponent's creatures to block for you.
You know, it's interesting. This deck is...
It's kind of a cool deck.
It's a control deck, but it's not a gain control deck. You know
Oh,
what
here
I
we
mean?
go. 5 and 1. 5 and a blue. For a 5/5. Kiga, the Tide Star, legendary creature, Dragon Spirit. Flying, 5/5. When
Which
it
for
dies...
6 mana is good.
When it dies, gain control of target creature. Thanks for the Galta. That's 24/24.
That's super cheap.
Or
for what he is.
24/12.
And the Midnight Clock.
The Midnight Clock. It's a 2 and a 1 for an artifact. You tap it, add 1 blue. But
Your girlfriend's always looking for that one.
yeah. 2 and a blue. Put an hour counter on it. At the beginning of each upkeep, put an hour counter on it. When you have 12 hour counters, is put on Midnight Clock. Shuffle your hand and graveyard into your library. Draw 7 cards.
Classic.
So, this against that mill deck, man.
Oh, I know, man. Well, they have strange weaknesses against each other, obviously.
Alright, Pursued Whale, 5 and 2 blue for an 8/8. When he enters the battlefield, each opponent creates a 1/1 red pirate creature token with. This creature cannot block, and creatures you control attack each combat if able. Spells your opponents cast to target Pursued Whale cost 3 more to cast, so yeah, murder is an expensive little hooker. Reigns of Power, 2 and a blue, 2 and 2 blues. Untap all creatures you control and all creatures target opponent controls. You and that opponent each gain control of all creatures the other controls until end of turn. Those creatures gain haste until end of turn. So if you've got one guy and he's got 9 and he's gunning for you, well, guess what?
Tides have turned.
Yeah.
Or the turns of tide.
The tides have turned. The tides, which have turned.
The tide is in the laundry.
Oh, we got ourselves
A commander.
Planeswalker.
A Planeswalker. Guess what? I got one of those over here too.
Oh, look at that.
There wasn't any.
Is that Will? Is that his sister?
Rowan.
Yeah, it is Rowan. Will and Rowan.
Yeah. Which is funny because the other boxes didn't have any fucking Planeswalkers.
So they
it's
can partner and they can be commanders. I didn't know that this deck had more commanders. So his +2 until your next turn. 2 target creatures each have base power of 0/3 and lose all abilities. His -2 is target player draws 2 cards until your next turn. Blah blah blah. All right, here's the killer. Target player gets an emblem with whenever you cast an instance or sorcery spell, copy it. You may choose a new target for the copy. Go ahead and tell me yours.
I was just going to jump into it. So we got Rowan Kenrith, who is his sister.
His sister.
Legendary Planeswalker, Rowan. 4 and 2 red. It starts with 4 deals on her here. Partner with Will, obviously. And it can be your commander. So they can partner together to be commander, as Ryan already said here. The +2, during target player's next turn, each creature that player controls attacks if able, which can really fuck them up. You can kill off a lot of their 1/1s and 2/2 bullshit. The -2, Rowan Kenrith deals 3 damage to each tap creature target player controls. Oof.
Ooh, that's your goated creatures.
Oof. Well, or even just you do that first part one turn, and then your next turn you just wipe out all their shit. Oof.
Yeah.
And then the -8, target player gets an emblem with whenever you activate an ability that isn't a mana ability, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. That could be pretty freaking neat for sure.
All right.
I almost say with this deck, you almost might want to even run those 2 as your commanders.
Yeah.
The only thing that's setting you back from that is their cost.
Yeah, they're pretty nasty.
They're kind of expensive.
All right, so let me just go over this real quick. So we got Agitator Ant, right? He's just a 2/2 for 2 and a red. At the beginning of your arm step, each player may put 2 +1/+1 counters on creatures they control. Goad each creature that have counters put on this way, so they can either get it or not. But here's a great one. Erico in War, it's one of those saga spells.
I remember that one.
The first one is gain control of target creature for as long as it's on the battlefield, so you get 3 turns with it. Until your next turn, creatures your opponents control attack each combat if able. Not a big deal. And its third one is each untapped creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. So
each. Not just what you control, each.
So here's a sort of semi-board wipe, but here's where we go. Here's where we start getting crazy. So you have an Avatar of Slaughter, kind of like a Warhammer card here, right?
Right, it totally sounds like it.
6 and 2 red for an 8/8. All creatures have double strike and attack each combat if able.
All creatures?
Yep.
That's gross.
All right, but here's where it gets even better.
Oh god.
You have Blasphemous Act.
How about my Galta? He got double strike.
And he attacks
12/12 double strike. Plus you beefed him up earlier. He's a 24/12 double strike.
48.
Jesus Christ.
So Blasphemous Act.
Killing everybody no matter what.
8 and a red. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield. So technically it could cost 1.
It could cost 1 red, yeah.
It deals 13 damage to each creature.
That's really good for 1 red. And in a commander game, easily 1 red.
Yeah.
There's going to be more than 8 creatures out there.
Chain Reaction, 2 and 2 red.
Oh god, that's gross.
Sorcery. It deals X damage
Ugh.
to each creature, where X is the number of creatures on the battlefield. So that's another easy board wipe.
Other than Galta.
Here's another.
No, I might.
Here's another semi board wipe. 2 and 2 red. Disrupt Decorum. Goad all creatures you don't control. We have Drakosuf, Maw of Flames. Remember him? 4 and 3 red for a 7/7 flyer. When he attacks,
Fucking dragons.
it deals 4 damage to any target and 3 damage to 2 other targets. We've got Geode Rager for 4 and 2 red for a 4/3 elemental with first strike and landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, goad each creature target player controls. And the last one, Goblin Spymaster, 2 and a red. First strike, 2 and 1. At the beginning of each opponent's end step, that player creates a 1/1 red goblin creature with creatures you control attack each combat if able.
So obviously you're seeing a theme here. Goad them into attacking and make sure that your opponents have to attack each turn if able.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
So that they can't build up a defense against you.
Exactly.
So, go into some more cards here. We have a Kazul, Tyrant of the Cliffs.
Kazul.
Legendary creature, Ogre Warrior. 3 and 2 red. He's a 5/4. Whenever a creature an opponent controls attacks, if you're the defending player, create a 3/3 red Ogre creature token unless that creature's controller pays 3. That's actually not too shabby.
I've got a card here that we got to talk about.
Oh yeah, well, we'll get there. We'll get there. Ryusei, the Falling Star. 5 and a red. He's a 5/5 dragon spirit, legendary creature. Flying. Of course, he's a dragon. Why wouldn't he have flying? When Ryusei, the Falling Star, dies, it deals 5 damage to each creature without flying. That's pretty mean for his cost. That's not too... They're not going to want to kill this guy. Territorial Kite. He's 2 and 2 red. He's a 6/5 dragon with flying and haste for 4. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
At the beginning of combat in your turn, choose an opponent at random that Territorial Hellkite didn't attack during your last combat. Territorial Hellkite attacks that player this combat if able. If you can't choose an opponent this way, tap him. Well, of course you're going to be able to tap. You're going to be able to choose. The only way you wouldn't be able to choose is if you're playing one-on-one.
Yeah.
So, no matter what, I mean, that's a flying haste 6/5 for 4 mana. Gross. We have a Thunder Dragon. 5 and 2 red for a 5/5 flying dragon. When he enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to each creature without flying.
That's all those tokens.
Well, and you know what this would be good against? The Party Time deck in our last video. They wipe out most of their creatures because a lot of them are 2/2s and 3/3s. Vengeful Ancestor. 2 and 2 red for a spirit dragon with flying, 3/4. When he enters the battlefield or attacks, goad target creature. Whenever a goaded creature attacks, it deals 1 damage to its controller.
So
the name of the game is goad.
Yeah.
That's a mean one to have out.
I got the best card in the deck
goad.
Right here. I'm waiting for you.
You gonna wait? I got a couple more. I got
you got Mizzet.
I got the Niv Mizzet we were talking about here. So I'm getting to him here. There's a lot of dragons, of course, in here. We got a Warmonger Hellkite, another dragon for 4 and 2 red. He's a 5/5 with flying. All creatures attack each combat if able, which is another running theme on this. For 1 and a red, attacking creatures get +1/+0 till end of turn. So here's the kicker on this one. All creatures have to attack every combat, right? They don't have to attack you.
They attack.
Your opponents attack each other. You just go, 1 and a red. I'm going to do that 5 times, give you +5/+0 to your guys that are attacking my opponent. Gross. Nasty card right there. And we have
Niv,
is it? Perun. Whatever the fuck Niv is Perun is. Costs 3 red and 3 blue. Legendary creature, Dragon Wizard, 5/5, flying. Excuse me. Monsters and malt liquor does the trick. 5/5 flying, of course. Dragons, most of the dragons are flying. Like I said, can't be countered. Whenever you draw a card, Niv Mizzet, Perun, deals 1 damage to any target. That's to any target. That's good. Whenever a player casts an instant or a sorcery spell, you draw a card. That's a good card.
Yeah, card draw.
That's a pretty good card.
It's card draw.
And then we get into some artifact stuff.
You ready?
Blah, blah, blah.
You ready?
Let's see this one that Ryan says best card in the deck. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
So how big is Galta now? He's what? 40?
He's a 24/12 that has double strike.
Yeah.
Are you making him bigger now?
Yeah, you put Stuffy Doll down, right?
Oh, okay.
All right, you ready?
Okay.
He's indestructible. He's a 0/1, indestructible.
Oh, I know him very well.
When he enters the battlefield, choose a player. I'm going to choose you, right? Because you've got Galta.
I got the big beefy boy there.
Yeah. So whenever Stuffy Doll is dealt damage, because I'm blocking Galta with this guy, right?
Yes, sir.
It deals that much damage to chosen player.
I have this card in a deck that I made a while back. I am very familiar with this card. I like the art on my card better. It's like a it's like a voodoo doll.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, yeah, it is a mean card. And other than that,
lands.
going through a bunch of lands and the ubiquitous commander card, thick
Not as cool
cardboard.
as the
Not as cool as those big cards. And looking at it from a
collector standpoint.
Collector or prospective standpoint, is this thick one going to be worth anything in the future? No. Those big cards, are they going to be worth shit?
Oh, yeah.
They still are.
They
have a value to them.
Yeah.
I wish Wizards of the Coast would go back to those big ones because it just looks cool having those big fucking cards too. I mean these are never gonna get bent, they're never gonna get destroyed, but it's like they're
kind of cheap.
They have a cheap feel to them that I don't like. So
it's kind of like buying off a Wish.
Don't buy your dildos on Wish.
Oh, you've tried them? They disintegrate in your butt.
Come from somebody that knows.
All right, what do we got?
They don't call them antacids for no reason. Anyways, we're gonna open this pack here and see what we got here. Your bullet base thing. Oh, let's see, another Cloak of the Bat. We got one of those in a previous set with the Mind Flayers foil alt art.
Whatever.
Throw that in the box. And then we got a Wand of Wonder full art. When does you roll a fucking d20?
I don't know. All right.
Whoop-de wigwam.
Whatever.
Anyways, yeah. And as always, at the end of the video here, we're going to have a deck list. Show you every card that's in the set, because we obviously didn't go over every card. And anyways, until the next one, thanks for watching. And like, subscribe, comment,
do all that jazz.